You're staring at the screen. No message, no call, no sign she even remembers you exist. 2 days ago, she looked into your eyes like you were the center of her world. Now? Silence. You start to spiral. What did I say wrong? Is she talking to someone else? But let me ask you something. What if her silence isn't rejection, but revelation? What if it's not the end, but the test? Because here's the truth most men will never hear. The woman who loves you the most will test you the hardest. Part 1. Her silence is a mirror. When she stops texting, it doesn't always mean she's walking away. Often it means she's stepping back to see who you really are without her energy propping you up. You see, most men don't realize this, but women don't always communicate directly. Sometimes they communicate through absence, through distance, through silence. And that silence? It's not blank. It's a mirror. She's not just gone. She's observing, quietly, carefully. Watching how fast your confidence crumbles the moment she withdraws. Watching if your mind spirals, if your texts multiply, if your emotions explode. She wants to know if your masculinity is built on her attention or built on something deeper. And here's what separates men from boys. The boy assumes he's being rejected. He reacts. He asks, "What's wrong?" He doubles down on effort to prove he's good enough. But the man sees the test. He doesn't ask, "Why is she quiet?" He asks, "What is this silence reflecting about me?" Because her silence isn't random. It's precise. And it has one purpose: to reflect your true emotional foundation. When she pulls away, the question isn't, "Does she still want me?" It's, "Am I still the man I claim to be?" If you panic the moment she's not validating you, then you were never really strong. You were just comfortable. Most men live addicted to emotional reassurance, like addicts needing a fix. They don't want love. They want confirmation. And when that confirmation disappears, they collapse. But this is where Stoic masculinity lives, in the gap between her last message and your next move. In the choice not to reach out, not to seek answers, not to spiral. That's your arena. That's your training ground. You want to become unforgettable? Then let her silence reveal your strength, not your desperation. Because the truth is, she doesn't need you to fix the silence. She needs to feel that you can survive it. If her distance breaks you, then she was never with a man, only a mask. Part 2. Be the wall, not the wind. She doesn't want to see how fast you can chase. She wants to see how deeply you can stand still. When she says, "I need space," it's not just a request, it's a measurement. A way of gauging whether the man she's with is anchored in self-worth or floating in need. The truth is, most men blow like the wind. Every change in her mood shifts their state. She's warm, they're confident. She's cold, they collapse. She pulls back, they push forward. But women aren't looking for men who mirror their emotions. They're looking for men who contain them. When she storms emotionally, she's not looking for another storm. She's subconsciously scanning for the wall, the immovable force that holds his center, no matter how chaotic her waves get. The man whose energy doesn't shift when hers does. The man who doesn't dance for validation, but stands for truth. And that wall doesn't react. It doesn't send long texts. It doesn't explain its presence. It just is. That is the power of emotional self-governance, the ability to be fully present without being pulled, fully aware without being reactive. But let me be clear. Being the wall doesn't mean being cold or emotionally shut off. It means you've trained yourself to feel everything without being ruled by anything. That you've created such deep internal stability that nothing external can shake your ground. Most men fall into one of two traps: emotional submission, chasing her approval, or emotional suppression, numbing out completely. Neither works. The wall is neither weak nor robotic. It's alive, it listens, it feels, but it doesn't flinch. The true test of your masculinity is not how loud you speak, it's how unmoved you remain. So when she distances, don't collapse. Don't try to fill the gap. Stand. Be the man she can lean on, not the boy who leans on her. Because in a world full of chaos, your stillness becomes sacred, your presence becomes peace, and your restraint becomes the very thing that sets you apart. When she pulls back to test if you are real, let her find stone, not sand. Part 3. Her chaos needs your calm. She's emotional, volatile, spinning. And the more you try to fix her, the more you prove you don't understand her. Because women aren't puzzles you solve. They're storms you learn how to stand inside without flinching. Most men misunderstand this completely. They think being a good man means always soothing her emotions, always making her feel better, always stepping in with answers and reassurances. But real strength isn't about fixing her feelings, it's about holding space for them. When she's spiraling, she doesn't need another emotional storm crashing into hers. She needs the eye of the hurricane. Still, silent, certain. While she raises her voice, you lower your breath. While she throws heat, you radiate stillness. Not to silence her, but to absorb her fire without burning. The truth is, women don't lose respect because you're too calm. They lose respect because your calm was fake. It vanished the second her emotions intensified. And when she sees your nervous system can't handle hers, she won't feel safe. And without safety, love cannot deepen. It cannot surrender. If her chaos can knock you off balance, she knows she's not with a man, she's with a mirror. Containment is not control, it's presence. It's the deep inner knowing that you are not responsible for how she feels, only for how you show up in the face of it. It means understanding that her fire is not your enemy. Her tears are not your failure. Her silence is not your cue to panic. She will test this over and over again with her mood, her distance, her uncertainty. But every time you remain composed, not cold, not detached, just still, you anchor something inside her that no one else could. A sense that he can handle me. He doesn't collapse, he stays. And that, more than anything else, is what makes a woman relax into your presence. Not your money, not your words, not even your charm, but the felt experience that her storm cannot move your mountain. Stop trying to fix her fire. Become the ground she burns on without fear. Because when she's raging, she's not hoping you fix her. She's watching if you can hold her. And if you can't hold your own emotions, how could you ever hold hers? And if this message has sparked something real in you, if it's helped you understand what true masculine strength looks like, then do one thing. Hit that subscribe button. Not just to support the channel, but to help us keep creating content that speaks directly to you, to your growth, and to every man out there walking the same silent path. Your support matters, and we appreciate it more than you know. Thank you. Part 4. Let her walk and leave the door wide open. Most men try to keep her by grabbing tighter, clinging harder, explaining more. But the truth is, the more you cling, the more she slips. The tighter you grip, the faster she runs. And every time you chase, you tell her one thing: you don't believe you're worth being chosen freely. But here's the shift, the masculine shift. You don't keep her by controlling her. You keep her by becoming the man she doesn't want to leave. That starts with letting go. Let her walk, let her question, let her explore the silence without trying to fill it. Because the moment you can let her go without panic is the moment she starts to question what kind of man you really are. While every other guy is trying to win her back with promises, pressure, and pursuit, you become the exception. The one who doesn't need to be chosen to know his value. And in that space, you rise. You return to your path. You reconnect with your mission. You sharpen your mind. You build your empire. Not to get her back, but because that's who you were before she came. And it's who you must be even if she never returns. Letting her go isn't weakness, it's leadership, because it shows you trust her freedom and your own worth. And when she feels that calm confidence, that detached depth, she doesn't feel replaced. She feels something far worse, forgotten. She remembers the stillness in your silence, the presence you didn't beg to prove, the dignity you held like armor. She may not come back, but if she does, it won't be because you begged. It'll be because you became so powerful in her absence, she had no choice but to reevaluate everything. You don't lose her by letting her walk. You lose her when you lose yourself trying to make her stay. So let her go. not with bitterness, not with resentment, but with grace. Let the door stay open, not as an invitation, but as proof that you're not hiding behind it. You're not begging at it. You've simply outgrown the need to close it. Because one of two things will happen. She'll return stronger, clearer, more aligned, or you'll rise so high, her absence becomes your upgrade. And either way, you win. Part 5. Stand still when she runs. When she pulls away, the average man panics. He thinks, I must have done something wrong. I need to fix this. I need to show her I care. And so he texts more, calls more, tries harder, not out of love, but out of fear. But here's the truth. She's not running to be chased. She's running to see if you'll chase yourself, if you'll abandon your center just to re-enter her orbit. And that right there is the hidden test. It's not about her leaving. It's about you staying grounded, staying calm, staying focused, staying in your truth. You think she wants attention, but what she truly wants, deep down, is evidence that your masculinity isn't built on her approval. She wants to feel that even if she disappears, you remain. Because if your world collapses the moment she shifts her energy, then your peace was never real. It was leased through her presence. Stillness is not inaction. It's dominance without desperation. You don't earn her respect by doing more. You earn it by needing less. Less validation, less reassurance, less control. And in that stillness, in that complete emotional composure, she feels something that most men can never offer her. Security that doesn't beg. Power that doesn't flex. Love that doesn't chase. Let her watch you from afar. Let her feel the absence of your need. Let her sit in the silence where your attention used to be. And when she does, she'll realize that your stillness isn't punishment. It's proof. Proof that you're a man of mission. Proof that your identity is whole. Proof that she's either rising with you or missing out on you. And here's the paradox she doesn't expect. When you stop trying to get her back, she starts wondering if she ever really had you to begin with. So next time she runs, stand still. Not because you're stubborn, but because you're sovereign. Let her retreat. Let her question. Let her spin. But don't you dare move. Because the man who stays centered in her storm becomes the only man she can't forget. Part 6. Become a man she can't shake. The world is full of men trying to impress women. They send roses, write long texts, shower attention, thinking that the more they do, the more they'll be remembered. But attention fades. Words are forgotten. Effort is ignored. What stays is presence. You don't want to be the man she texts back. You want to be the man she can't stop thinking about, even in silence. The man she thinks about when she hears a certain song. The man she scrolls past but never deletes. The man who haunts her, not because he begged, but because he never broke. And here's what makes you unforgettable. Your silence is stronger than her drama. Your peace is louder than her doubts. Your mission outshines her mood. Every time you don't react, you become rarer. Every time you don't chase, you become more powerful. Every time you choose yourself, she starts wondering why you didn't need her. I don't chase love. I attract it. I'm not here to be chosen. I choose myself. I don't collapse. I become more dangerous. These aren't just affirmations. They're a way of being, a standard, a spiritual armor. Because the men she forgets are the ones who folded, who sent 10 texts when she sent one, who adjusted their value to match her vibe, who lost themselves for a chance to keep her. But the man she remembers? He vanished with dignity. He rose in silence. He became something so valuable she questioned if she ever deserved him. Let her spiral. Let her wonder. Let her question what she lost when she walked away. You don't need to explain. You don't need to perform. Just become. Sharpen your edge, grow your vision, elevate your environment, turn your solitude into strategy, build a life so magnetic that her absence becomes irrelevant. When you no longer need her attention, your presence becomes priceless. She doesn't want to be chased, she wants to feel your gravity. And the deeper you go into your own strength, the harder it becomes for her to shake you from her memory. So forget the message she didn't reply to. Forget the silence that used to scare you. Forget the girl who can't recognize the man you're becoming. She may ignore you today, but one day when she sees how far you've risen, she'll realize you were never the one who got left. You were the one she couldn't keep. She will ignore you, even if she loves you, not because she wants to hurt you, but because she needs to know something deeper. Are you truly who you say you are, or are you only strong when she's giving you attention? That silence you hate, that's the fire. And most men burn in it. They shrink, they chase, they give their power away in exchange for a single reply. But the man who understands Stoic strength, he doesn't burn, he forges himself in that fire. Because every moment she goes quiet, every time she withdraws, every unanswered message is not a sign to react. It's a signal to return to yourself, to anchor deeper, to lead with presence, not panic. This is not about getting her back. This is about getting yourself back. If you can hold your ground, if you can stay calm in the storm, if you can rise while she pulls away, then something magical happens. She doesn't just come back. She respects you. She trusts you. She feels safe in a way no chasing man could ever give her. Not because you forced her, but because you didn't fold. You became proof that unshakable masculinity still exists in this world of noise, desperation, and emotional chaos. Let her test you. Let her walk. Let her wonder. But never let her shake who you are. And if this message lit something in you, don't just hear it. Live it, breathe it, become it. Train your body, sharpen your mind, lead your life, build your mission. And let every woman you meet feel one undeniable truth. You are already complete. Thank you for watching this video. If this message reminded you of who you truly are, or inspired you to become him, subscribe to Stoic Spirit and join a brotherhood of men who rise in silence, lead with purpose, and never chase what's meant to choose them. You are not alone. You are not weak. You are not replaceable. You are the mountain, and the storm was never bigger than you. Subscribe, like, share, because this world needs more grounded men, and it starts with you.